everyone. Welcome to class. Welcome to class, guys. Class. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I will finish. I will welcome to class. Glad to be here again. The wonderful video. The wonderful thought here in my and glad to be in class today. I'm sure. I hope all of you are having a wonderful time. Welcome to Felicia. Welcome to Felicia. Welcome. Glad to see you guys. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to this time. Welcome. Well, it's a wonderful day. The wonderful time again to learn and to learn about last year, last year. Oh, wonderful. That is wonderful. Again in class. Good to have you right here in class. I'm glad to see you guys. Last class was on Tuesday. I'm sure you all learned uh, the things that my colleagues, my teachers, you guys out. How many of you have practiced? How many of you have practiced and learned about something about we learned some things uh, about dynamic titles and lower thirds. We learned a lot. Oh, sorry about that. Can you guys hear me clearly now? I hope my mic is no longer echoing. Let me check the settings to confirm if okay. How about now? Can you guys still hear me very clearly? Because I've turned up off the echo cancellation and so that you can hear me clearly. Can you hear? Excuse me. So that can you hear me clearly now? All right, wonderful, better. Okay. Hemos says better. Hemos, welcome to class. You too, welcome to class. We're going to be diving. How? Not clear enough. Maybe you should, Lolua, maybe you should turn up your volume a little bit because I think others can hear me. So if others can hear me, that means I don't know. We can't hear. Oh wow. Okay. Can you hear me now? Let me see if there's a volume. There is something wrong with my volume. Let me see if there's something wrong with my volume. I hope you can hear me now. How about now? How about now? Can you all hear me clearly now? Because I'm trying to turn up volume. I don't want to key in too much of a volume so that it doesn't become too noisy. Oh, it's just slow. Okay. Let me just try and check that out and then see what's going on. Audio. All right. Let me just move on. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. I think you guys can hear me now. Technical team, can you hear me now? Am I audible enough now? Because I've turned up all the volume here and all my volumes are up. Let me try and add more volume. Let me try and put volume. Yeah, welcome to class, everybody. I'm glad to be here also, and we are going to be diving in more into uh, more into what we thought, what my colleague taught you guys
on on Tuesday. Oh. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You guys should be able to hear me better now. I guess. Let me check and confirm if you guys can hear me. Please type in the comment section if my voice is clearer now. My voice is still low. Kai. Oh, Amos says very good. So who do I believe now? Oh, Taiwo, type something. Okay, better now. Wonderful. All right. Yeah, okay. Collins is still saying it's low. Kai. Ọlọ́run o. All right, let me just move on with the class. So I don't, let me just turn up a little. I hope you guys will not say my volume is too much. Loud and clear, Niyi. Well done. Thank you. All right, let me move on. So, yeah. So this is also part of video editing. So we are agreeing together now. All right. You can hear me. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. All right. So I think this is also part of video editing, sound design. If your volume is not good enough, then your audience will not be able to follow or flow through with your video. All right, wonderful. So let me move on with the class. Yesterday on Tuesday, Farmakin taught you guys a lot about creating dynamic titles and lower thirds. How many of you have practiced around dynamic titles and lower third? How many of you have faced are facing any difficulties? Let me see in the comment section if you are facing any difficulties so far in creating dynamic titles on your project, on whatever project you are working on. I believe some of you would have, uh, some of you would have, some of you would have found a project to work on. Either it's a product shoot that, because one thing that you all need to understand as video editors is that, okay, Jacob, you're facing a lot. All right, so that's wonderful. We'll dig in more into dynamic titles and lower third today, and then we'll be able to practice more on what and what how to really create dynamic titles and so that you guys can understand more. Okay, as I was saying, uh, uh I cut my thought off. So, all right, so I was saying that it is essential that you know how to create dynamic titles and know how to work with some of some templates that you can bring in, motion graphics templates that you can bring into your project. All right. So how many of you have been able? We shared some website on dynamic titles or motion graphics templates. We shared with you on Tuesday some website that you can download from. I know of you have been able to download from those websites and you've practiced with them. How many of you? Let me see in the comment section. Yola. Okay, Yola, you don't understand lower third on CapCut's desktop. Okay, I'll move into that a little. And okay, let me see somebody else. Adeyemi is saying amazing. It was amazing practicing on dynamic tactics. Wonderful, wonderful. Animation and caption. That means some of you are really getting the niche of what we are teaching you here. Okay, Oluwatoyin. All right, all right. Yeah, you're facing some difficulties. Very soon I will delve into and then I'll create some things for you. And peradventure, when I am creating the things that to teach you guys. You will be able to increase your knowledge and get understanding on anything. And anything, I mean anything, so that you can ask questions. I want you to ask questions, anything that you're having difficulties on. Ask questions. Hey Morris, why haven't you started? You need to start now. There is no time. Procrastination is a stealer of time or whatever they call it, but you shouldn't procrastinate. You need to start now. You need to start now. You need to start now. All right, so my colleague taught you guys a lot about dynamic titles and different uh, lower third animations. By the way, one thing about uh, creating dynamic title is that it's the same, just more or less like you are animating. Is an increase in your knowledge when you animate. You work with keyframing a lot, and this is why I want to really delve into um, using keyframe for your dynamic titles, lower thirds, or motion graphics, whatever it is. Okay, Adeyemi, you were animating. All right, roll, animating, roll. Can you emphasize what part? What do you mean by roll? Is it B-roll or what do you want? I don't understand what you mean by roll. All right. So, one thing is you need to be conversant with uh, whenever you are doing dynamic titles or animation on Premiere Pro or CapCut, you need to really learn um, how to keyframe. It's very important. It's very important, especially when you are creating all of these templates from scratch. You are not using templates, you are creating your own stuff from scratch. And by the way, by the way, all these templates, for example, these ones that you are seeing on my screen, on your screen, uh, on this slide that you are seeing on the screen, everything works with shapes and text. If you see everything, all these things that you are seeing, they are shaped and text, and this is why they call it motion graphics. They call it motion graphics. Even on your Premiere Pro, you see motion graphics template. You hear motion graphic panel. All right, it's motion graphics, and that means that as a video editor, all right, you have to know a thing about every other skill out there. What do I mean by knowing a thing or two about every other skill out there? For example, if you are doing motion graphics, you have to know a thing or two about uh, graphic design. You have to know a thing or two about graphic design. You have to know about video coverage or movie shooting and all that. You need to know because you're a video editor. You also need to know about music production, sound design. You need to know, you need to go and learn more about this field, these different fields, and come together. You also need to, some of you might probably venture into creating motion graphics for websites. You need to know a thing or two about websites. That's the way it is when it comes to animation and all. You need to know something about all these fields. Okay, all right. So moving on, let me just, I'm going to go straight to, because I'm not sure there is a lot of time. So I'm just going to go straight into creating some uh, titles and lower thirds. And this is the difference between title and lower third. Yeah. Title introduces more like title, like uh, the name or like an introduction to whatever you are doing. For example, uh, for example, if you are seeing a music video, for example, you see the logo of the music producer of the company that produced the music. You will see the name of the artist come on your screen. All right, that's one of the things they call title. That's title. Or title could also be your captions. Your captions. All right, could be your captions. Then lower third. Lower third indicates more like explanation of the things that are happening on on the screen. For example, who is being displayed, like lower thirds are used in place of podcast, trying to show the name of those that are speaking. Like when I'm speaking now, and then you see my name display under under my uh, under my video, you see my name displayed. All right. So there are more, it's more or less like a combination of graphics and text together. You animate it seamlessly, you animate it in a way that they conform together. All right. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you guys are following. All right, wonderful. So one thing you need to put at the back of your mind is that everything on your screen, except for except for oh, okay. Let me just put it like this. Anything on your screen in your video can be animated. On your video can be animated. I wish I could see. There's a way I could. Where's my phone? Okay, let me just try and do that. Anything on your screen. I just want to join the live view and so that I can see what exactly you guys are seeing, and then I'll be able to tell you one or two things about the things that could be animated on your scene. All right. So if you're seeing the logo DSA Hop by the right hand top side of the video, this logo that you are seeing right here, DSA Digital Skill Up Africa. All right, it can be animated. It's or everything you are seeing right now is static. It's called, you could call it a graphics or a picture. All right. But then when you now bring in animation into it, you see everything fly around, moving around and all that. All right. This is where animation comes in. This is where animation comes in. I'm going to share my screen now. We're going to do some little bit about on um, title, creating titles, how to create titles, where to create title, where to put your title. Usually, whenever you are putting your title, whenever you are having to, the reason why this is important now, this is important. You guys listen, all right? If you go and check the way every every movie, movies, podcast, maybe a television station, CNN, for example. Go and check the way they show everything on the screen, the text they show on the screen. You will see that they follow the same pattern. Check Dove TV, they follow the same pattern, and this is why they follow the same pattern. All right, everybody every logo always have to be at the top right or left corner of your screen. This is important. Your logos have to be at the top. I hope I have a logo here. I'm going to open my Premiere Pro now so that I can show you guys what I'm saying. I don't want to just explain. I want to show you what I'm saying at the same time. I'm going to show you what I'm saying at the same time so that you can follow up, all right? So that you can be on the same page together. All right. So let me just share my screen now. Can you just go straight to my screen so that guys can follow? Where's my wow? All right. So I'm on, yeah, I'm on Premiere Pro now. So I'm just going to bring in a logo. Let's say, let me bring this in. All right. Dragged into Premiere Pro. All right. I hope you guys can see my screen. All right. Yeah, you can see my screen. Then let me increase this so that you guys can see clearly. All right. So this is the logo I dragged in. I can drag it on the throughout my scene. All right. I can drag it throughout my scene, my timeline, so that it can fill in. Now, this logo being at the center of the screen, it's more like a watermark. They call it watermarking. Okay, this is what it does. It signifies that everything, the video, it belongs to uh, the people or the company that has the logo. All right. So this logo is always, you need to always, by the way, this is a longer logo. All right. It's two logo together. I can always split this into two. I'll show you how to split that into two in a minute. All right. So I was saying the other time that your logo needs to always be at the right top corner or the left top corner of your video. All right. There is something that is not on this screen. I'm just going to bring it in. It's called it. It's called safe margin. All right. I hope you guys will be able to bring it in. It's called safe margin. All right. It helps me know when my screen, when I'm going off screen, when I'm going off my my display screen now. All right. So what I'm saying is that every of your logo must not go off, this square that you are seeing on the screen. It's called safe margin. If it's at this side, how do you bring this safe margin up? All right. I'm going to answer that in a minute. All right. I'm going to answer that in a minute. This logo has to be, yeah, how do you bring this? Do you guys have this save margin on your screen? I hope you guys are seeing this save margin on your screen. If it's not showing on your own program, if it's not showing on your own program screen program monitor, you can um, click on this plus. You can click on this plus. It will bring this up, and then you'll be able to drag. This is save margin here. A lot of all these other stuff are there already are here. These ones are here. This is important. All right, save margin. You can drag it to your screen. Just click and drag to your screen. All right, drag to this box that you are seeing. That's where you can drag it to. Drag it to this box so that you can have save margin. All right, so that you can have it. So once you drag it, you will click it on it to show. I hope you guys are seeing that. All right, as I was explaining, this margin is important so that you know when your logo is going off the screen. And then if it's lower third that you want to put, your lower third should always be around this corner, lower the bottom of your video, right or left. Most important is always by the left, all right, this side. Let me bring this one here. Uh, I'm going to create a logo now. Now, this is important. Guys, listen, this is important. Any video that you do, like for example, you are producing a video for a church, a company, and there is a possibility that when we get to CapCut, I'm going to check that out. I'm not sure. James, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if there is let me check that. Save margin. By the way, I'm not too I don't work with what's it called all the time, all right? I don't work with CapCut all the time. There could be save margin somewhere. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check that for you. There should be save margin somewhere. There will be save margin somewhere. All right, so I'm gonna check that. Thank you for bringing that up, James. I'm gonna check that. All right, so I was explaining the other time that your text, your logo has have to always be. By the way I'm doing this, you guys are seeing what I'm saying. Once I click this on my timeline, I can't change. Um, can we bring my screen back up? What's going on? Technical team, can you guys display my screen back up so that? All right, thank you. Yeah. So anytime you have a video, a clip, anything, text or logo on your screen, and you highlight it here, you can easily transform it or change it on your program sequence. But if you want to transform, you have to click on that video and then come to your effect control, then click on motion. Click on motion. Once you click on motion, you'll be able to adjust it here. You see, when I click on motion, it shows, when I click on motion, it shows a margin or shows a transform tool that I can easily move it around. I can increase it here. I can do a lot of things, turn it around. All right, I can do a lot of animation on it. I can do a lot of things on it. Or rather, I can transform or change the way it looks once I click on motion. But once you click off motion, you'll be able to do that. You won't be able to do it once, even if you press the screen till tomorrow, you won't be able to do it. So you need to click on motion to be able to adjust. All right, I'm pressing Ctrl Z. All right. So now I want I want to do something very quickly. I want to do something very quickly. I want to have this logo DSA separate and then have incubator at this side of the screen. Now, this is what I want to teach you one thing is transforming each clip. Each probably you have a logo that is a PNG logo that the person that created it is not recreating. They don't want to take it back to Premiere Pro, Photoshop to give you every aspect of video. You can always cut it into pieces. You can cut it into pieces. Now, in the sense that now I'm going to duplicate this. You can hold down your Alt and then drag, click the video and drag to duplicate. All right. So I'll do that again for you. You click on the video, hold down your Alt key, and then drag, then it creates another one. Okay, that's what it does. All right, so let me just hide this one for now. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Let me hide this one for now. Now, I want to cut part of this, so I'll go to Effect and then come to uh, Video Effect. You can come to Transform and then you see Crop. You see Crop. Just click and drag it to the clip or the picture you want to transform. You can even transform a video, you can transform anything. Click on crop and then uh, drag it on the clip that you want to transform. All right, so I'm going to come to scroll down to crop. see when I click crop, I can now start working on crop alone. All right. So this is what I'm doing. I'm working on right. Let me do that again. All right. So when I click on crop, I want to crop the right hand side off. All right. So I will keep increasing this to cut out the other part, the incubator part. So now I have only DSA on my screen. Maybe we should just do this on a bigger screen so that you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. Let me just do this on a bigger screen so that you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. Hold on. Just gonna put this to reset this and put this to maybe 300. All right. Let me delete this crop so that you can see everything together. All right. So now this is where we started from. All right. So you can see what I'm doing clearly. That's why I'm increasing this. All right. So this is what I want to do. I want to crop off this incubator. I can always crop everything off, even DS. You can separate everything on this logo. Now, this is why they call it essential graphics, because it's the same, almost the same as graphic design. All right, you can do a lot of graphic design on your Premiere Pro, since you are choosing to animate everything. All right, if I want to animate this logo now, I can choose to animate this D on its own, animate the S on its own, animate A, animate digital Skillup Africa separately, animate incubator separately. I hope you understand what I'm saying. All right. So, but now for this class, so that it can be a little bit simple for you guys, I'm going to animate the this logo number one, and then animate this one separately number two. All right. That's why I have these two clips together. That's why I have those clips together. I duplicated this. Okay, let me just duplicate again. I duplicated this by holding. You can copy and paste. But copying and paste might not be good. Just okay, let me try and copy and paste and see what happens. Copy, Control C, Control C, Control V, Control Z. Alright, so this is what happens. Once you press Control C now, go. Oh, sorry, I pressed Control Z, Control Z. Once you press Control C, you have to go to another place and press Control V to paste. Then you can drag it to wherever you want it, and that takes my time, a lot of time. But what I do, Control Z, what I do is that I just click, I hold my alt and then click the video I want to duplicate, and then I drag it to wherever I want it to be. That's faster. So you need to learn the fastest way to always do everything on Premiere Pro. Moving on, 30 minutes in. So we are going to animate this now. Now, what I'm saying, what I wanted to do was to, by the way, you need to always check. What is it called now? Let me see. You can disable a clip. You can disable a clip by clicking off enable. If I disable this one too now, you won't show it on the screen again. Instead of coming to turn off the view here, I can always disable so that it doesn't show on the screen. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. But I enable this one again. Later I will come to animate this to disable. Alright. If I will enable this again if I want to animate it, but let me work on this first. Alright, so I come to my crop again and click and drag to my scene. Alright. I hope you guys are following. How do you duplicate on CapCut? Click on the clip Justin, click on the clip that you want to duplicate. And once you click the clip, just scroll down, scroll to the right or scroll to the left. I don't know whichever way it works. Just keep scrolling, you will see duplicate somewhere around there. You will see duplicate. Just keep scrolling down, you will see duplicate. All right, so let me do this crop. I hope you guys are practicing there. Please do the crop. I'm cropping this off. You can crop, you can do left crop. Let me undo that. Reset. You can crop from the left, you can crop from the right, depending on what you want. And then number two is that all these things that you are seeing, let me just do the crop. Once you see any effect, anything on your effect control, you can always animate. That is the function of this toggle animation. This toggle you are seeing, that is the function of. You can animate, you can turn it into a video. It means you are turning into a video. All these toggles that you are seeing, you can animate scale, rotation, everything. So it means that I can choose to, okay, let me do my animation now on, let me do my animation now on just DSA, all right. I want you to swipe in. I want you to swipe in, or maybe come from the left to the right. That means it's a motion animation. It's a motion animation. All right. This is what I'm going to drag this out of the scene. Let me open this. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Okay. Are they hear me? To select crop on Premiere Pro, come to your effect. All right. Come to your effect. You can either type it here. You can either type it or just come to effect, come to video effect, and then you scroll down to transform. You will see crop right there. You see crop right there. All right, so I want to animate this. So from this beginning, all right, I want it to uh, I will put a keyframe. That means this is where I want my animation to start from. And I can move forward a little bit. Maybe move forward a little bit. All right. Move forward a little bit, then do another animation right here. Put another animation right here. Now, when it gets to this place, I want this DSA to show on the screen. So I will come back to the end of the video and then remove, Ctrl Z. All right. This is what we're animating. All right. So let me play that back. You guys are seeing what I did just now. This is just a little more animation. You guys see that, right? All right. Moving on. Now, I also want the other, it's just a simple animation, and then you can even make it sweeter, like putting uh, easy in interpolation. They call it easy in and easy out. It helps your animation to be seamless, like it comes in seamlessly and it flows out seamlessly. Just the first one, you click on it and come to temporal interpolation, put easy in, come to the last one and put easy out. All right, this is what it does. All right, this is what it does. Now, I hope you guys are following. Oh, welcome, Queen, welcome. All right, so the other one, now I want to I want to come back to the other logo. All right, let me enable this now so that you can see the incubator back. Alright, so I'll drag my crop again on this one, and then this time around I'm cropping from the left. Alright, don't forget that this one is still there. Let's come to beginning and see what's going on. You see, guys, see now. Alright, so I'm cropping from the left. All right. Yeah. So now let me animate this from the right to the left. From the right to the left. So remember you toggle in and then you could move to five. All right, 5 frames. I hope this is 5 frames also. All right. So 5 frames forward and then I toggle in my add another keyframe, then go to the beginning and then move this out of my screen. You guys saw what I did, alright? So everything is back out of the screen. So if I play back now, the two will come into sync. Alright. That's just a little bit animation, alright? Let's add one more animation. Okay, just add one more animation. You see the way the two of them came into screen now. I want to do something. By the way, if you want to move back to some of these keyframes, you can always, that's the function of this, go to previous, go to the first. So from here, I want this whole animation to zoom in. All right. So I'm going to let's say let's start from 200. Okay. Let's start from 200. So we'll toggle in and then move some frames forward. 1, 2, 3. I'm holding shift to um move like forward in a better way. Just hold down shift then press forward. You'll be able to do that. You'll be able to move forward like 5 frames per shift. I hope you understand. So when it gets here, I want it to zoom out to 300. So I'm going to do the same thing for this place. I can always copy this. All right, you can copy this. Let's do let's do the easy in and easy out for this also. Easy in, easy out. All right, so I can always copy this, come to the beginning of the frame, click on the second video, and then paste. You see, show up. Sorry, I forgot to add this interpolation here too. Alright, I'm not getting how to zoom in and zoom out on CapCut. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Let me see that. Let me see that. Let me just click and drag in the logo here. Come to your video. Alright, this is scale. Your zoom is scale on what is it called? On CapCut. Zoom in is scale. See, it's same thing. Come to your video and scale. You can always toggle in the animation, add keyframe and scale. Alright, I hope you got that. Opeoluwa, did you get that? All right, so let me moving on. So I was saying, so let's see what happened now to the video what we did. Did you guys see that? Ooh. So we can even choose to we can choose to move this forward. Okay, don't forget that if you want to work with timing, you have to make sure that the two is in the same location. Right. How I got that was I shifted this forward, the um the bar forward to so that I can be able to pick where exactly this on. Then I click the next second clip and then shifted the let me just do it one more time. Control Z. Alright. So I'm saying that Control Z one more time. I want this zoom to keep moving when I don't want it to be as fast as that. So I want it to keep moving forward till it gets here. All right. So I'm just going to shift my um my animation forward, my animated forward. Then I come here and then shift this one forward too. So they come to the same time. So let me play this back. So you guys saw that now. All right. So that's just that about animating this. Okay. So by the way, this could start a video. This could, but let's just um close this up and then let's put let's put a if you write a cross dissolve to fade out. Okay. So let's apply, just right click and apply animation, or you just that's the default animation, or you come to um your effect. You guys know how to do that already. I don't need to tell you how to do that. Okay. Just come to your video transition and then find the one you want. Dissolve, cross dissolve. Alright. That's what it does. So let's see the animation again. That's an animation, and this could be the beginning of our video. So let's see. So I'm going to move the video forward a little and then put a fade here. Alright, so let's try and see what this does. Let me play on a bigger on full screen so that you guys can see. One, two, go. Wonderful. Isn't that animative? So that's just one. That's animating a logo, and it's a basic way of animating a logo. You can do a lot of animation. It could be a rolling. You can do a lot of things with this crop. You can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. All right. So let me do another thing now. Let me work on this. Is a logo now. So don't forget again. I want to put this logo on. I want to put this logo on my screen. I want it to show throughout. All right. I want to show on the top left corner. So I'm going to come to click on this and then let it be here. All right. Hope you guys are seeing that. You guys seeing that now already. So I want to do something. I want to have this DSA. The way it is fine anyway. Let me just leave that. So now I want to also have the name of this lady that is all. Let's do a motion. What's she doing? Let's say video editing training. Let's create a title that shows video editing training. So come to your essential graphics. Come to your essential graphics. If you don't have it here, you can always locate it using coming to Windows, look for essential graphics, or you turn in your graphics and captions depending on what you want to do. I can always have my essential graphics here. Yesterday, 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 yesterday. or rather on Tuesday, Farmer King was having a lot of, and I mentioned a lot of templates right here, but I don't have it on my screen here. I don't have it here. I have some that I could import, but I don't know. These are the ones that came with this version. I'm using 2024 Premiere Pro. These are the ones that came with Premiere Pro 2024. So, but I have some that I've downloaded and I can bring it in. But for now, I want to create my own. All right. Or maybe I should just bring in one and so you can turn this off, local template folder. You can turn this off if you don't want to see all these ones that came. Because actually, me, I don't like them. But this one is fine. This one is okay. Let's try and use this one. So let it load and then it will display. It's not on if you are working on CapCut. So it's going to bring this up that the font that was used when creating this template, I don't have it on my laptop, but that's fine. I can always press OK and I can always change the font later. So now when you click on the clip, let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's see what it looks like. It's even making my, and this is what happens. It makes your, when you bring in some of these stuffs that they use a lot of GPU, we use a lot of GPU that could slow your work down. So sometimes you just want to create your own, or sometimes you want to do this at the end of your editing. Right, so let me just delete it because I don't like the way it's hanging, and it's not even animated. All right, it's not even animated. So let me create my own, and then I'm just going to create something that is similar. All right, so let me bring this up. Okay, I want to create something that is similar to this. So, like I said the other time, you can always create. Yeah, it's not Oluwatobiloba, it's not going to play through because this stuff is using a lot of GPU, and I don't have a lot of it on my phone, on my laptop. So I want to create something as similar to this. So let me just delete this. I hope you guys will remember what it looks like. Okay, so I can always, for you to create a template, just come to one. If you click on browse when you are in Essential Graphics, if you click on browse, you can always see your templates, the templates that you have, Essential Graphics templates that you have. Or when you want to create a brand new one, you come to edit. Come to edit, then you click on new layer. That's one. Or you just come to text right here. Where is my text? Oh, it's right here. It's hidden. Yeah, it's right there. It's just hidden. Just click on text and then you can bring it on the screen the way Farmer King taught you yesterday on Tuesday. Sorry, I said yesterday again. But I don't like to go that route. So if you remember when I taught you some weeks ago, I told you you can always do. There's at least two ways of doing the same thing on Premiere Pro on your video editing software. It's just one that is good, faster enough for you. For me, I can always come to edit and then click a text. So if you really, let me undo that, Control Z. So if you remember, I said that Essential Graphics is a place for you to create graphics, designs. All right, designs. It doesn't have to be just text. It could be shapes. You can see rectangle, ellipse, circle, polygon, or you can bring something in from files. You can bring a logo in. depending on what you're doing. All right. So let's do a text. Let's do a text. All right. Text will be around here. This is what I want it to be. I want it to be right here. Let me bring this up. Okay. So I want it to be right here. All right. So I can double click on it to type what I want. Uh, let's call it, or rather, let's start with video. Sorry, something going on. Let me come there again. Sorry, I'm pressing something wrong. Let's try this again. So I want to align this. I want to call this video editing class. Okay. So I can double click on that and call this video editing 1.0. Video editing 1.0. Or let's say video editing week 5. So you have to click your selection tool back, and then let's align this to center. Come here, everything you can do. You need to know about um, something about desktop publishing, which is Microsoft Word, using Microsoft Word to know about all these things. Alignment, and remember aligning to center. Alright, I can change my font. Let me look for a classic font. Let's use this one. Alright, using a bold font now. So let's try and animate this also. You guys seeing what I'm doing? Let's try and animate this also. Let's use fade. I can ask you, let's use zoom and fade. Alright, so I want to scale from here. How long does it this will go? Okay, I want to stop right there. Alright, so to the end, I'm going to have 150. Let me see how 150 works. Let me see what that did from here. So you guys seen the animation, just a zoom animation. Simple, as simple as that. So we're going to do a fade in, fade out. So I just let me, instead of coming here for to instead of using my default transition, I could create this by myself so that it doesn't I can use opacity. I want you guys to really learn about it. I can use opacity from when it gets here, it's already showing. Here it's not showing. The end of the video is showing here. So when it gets here to the end, it starts to fade out. Alright. If you guys are seeing this, it starts to fade out. Hope I'm not missing out anything. For people using iPhone and a normal laptop, Yinka, I'm trying to see your question. Yinka, I'm trying to see your questions. For people using iPhone and a normal laptop, how do you export videos to your laptop? Yeah, we've taught you guys how to export. Maybe I'm just going to quickly do an export on this. Export this video. I hope I'm not missing out. Okay, all right. So yeah, so I was saying for you to export, it's not that hard. Just come to export. You can see export here. You can press Ctrl M once you are on your timeline. Press Ctrl M for you to export, and it loads up and it brings out the export interface. Takes you to the export interface. Right. So you can try that out. But for this class, let's just continue. So I did a fade in, fade out. So I'm just going to add this here. So let's see what it does now. Did you see that? Was it too fast? Mide, M for mango. Video editing week 5. Fades out. Yeah, Control M for export. Alright. So that's just creating simple. Now we're going to create a name. Now this time around, I want to add a shape. A shape. Okay, can we quickly take our let me add a shape before so that I can go to once I'm back, I'll be able to go to CapCut so that I can show the guys on CapCut. All right, so now we want to, by the way, if you want to create another layer of text graphics using your essential graphics, make sure you have clicked off the former one that you've created, and before you press text, so that you don't keep creating the same thing on the same file, on the same video file. All right, because what how Premiere Pro understand this is that you can actually create a whole graphic design using text and shapes on one timeline. You can animate everything the same way. For example, what I'm saying, like um, this guy, Farmer King taught you yesterday on Tuesday. Once I click new, let me first of all add a rectangle. Let me increase the size of the rectangle. All right. Let me put it at the center and then make the color white. White is fine. All right. So all the animation we did on the text, you can always do it on this. So let me reduce this a little. I don't want it to be too big as this. Right. Okay. So that's one. Now this is what I want to do. Number two is another. Let's remember we are trying to create this. This. We're trying to create this. Alright. So let me come back to this place. So we need another one down here, another shape down here. So I'm just even this on this same what is it called? This same graphics, create another slide. Rectangle, the rectangle. Yeah, I have it right here. Oops. So I can call this. I can always change the color of this one to maybe red. All right. So let me make sure it's aligned. So I can select the two to make sure it's aligned to this to the left. Aligned to the left. Sorry, I need this. Okay, so the name will appear on this first one, name will appear on this second one. Alright, so let me type my name, text. This text, let's change the color of the text. Scroll down, change the color of this text to black so it can show. Alright, so let's call this text, this name, uh, Captain Cut. Since it's a lady, since it's a lady, let's find a name, a better name. A lady-like name. These guys give me a name. I'm seeing a Joy, so let me call it Josephine. Josephine Courts. All right. So I can increase this. Same thing I'm doing here. You guys can do. You can come here, change the size. You can come here, increase, depending on what you want to do, how you want to do it. Two different sizes. This was supposed to be on 100. You see? So I just increase the size. All right. Okay, so on this same, I'm now going to add another text. You guys are seeing another text that we'll call fashion designer, fashion, or let's just call it stylist. The stylist, I think stylists are for hair stylists, for those that make hair. So fashion designer then. So we can always reduce the size. So that I use this place, remember, or I come here to reduce the font size. Okay, that's fine for me. Oh, I wrote fashion designer. Designer. Okay, correct. All right, so now we are done with creating the text we want to animate now. So remember what we want to animate. We want to animate in this yellow, this white box. Then we animate in the red shape. Then we bring in Josephine will appear with fading, and then fashion designer will come out also. But then we can just do everything together, all right? We can do everything together. All right. I can group this. You guys are seeing what I'm doing. I want to animate this together rather than animate the square alone, then the Josephine cut alone. I will just animate these two together so I can come here, select, click on shift, this one, shift this to group the two together so I can animate the group alone. All right, and then let me group this one also. Create a group. You guys are seeing what I did. So let me click on this group. So whatever I'm animating will be on this group. You understand? Don't forget. Whatever I'm animating will be on this group, group one. So if I toggle down, I will see my animation for group one. Let me reset that. So from here, toggle your animation, shift, 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 move forward, then toggle in again. So it comes out. Once it gets there, that's the end of my animation. So from the beginning, I move this out of my scene. All right. So let me see what that does. You guys see what that does. Let me play it back a little again. Seeing what I did. So let me come back to working on the second one. So once now I want to make sure once this one, this should be at the back. All right. So what I want to do is that from here, group two now, let's animate group two. So this is group one. I want to animate group two now. So group two, I want to make sure that once group Josephine Cut shows up, then fashion designer pops down, comes down. So I'm animating this up from here. One, two, three. Move down. Then I can press reset to come back. By the way, this guy is still showing. This is what happens. Now this is what happens when you are doing everything on one timeline, on one how do I call it now? On one video line. No, we have not done for CapCut. We are supposed to. Let me see. We're supposed to. I think we need to go for a break now so that I can easily show do this for CapCut. But let me just be done with this. This guy is showing. So what we can do is let's come here and then um, why am I not seeing what I'm looking for? Okay, I guess there's no way. There's no way there's no way I can turn off one of these. I wish I could, but then because we can't do that, I will just duplicate this. You know, you keep practicing every day. I'm trying to do all this for the sake of this class. So I'm going to delete from group one, then let me bring this up. All right, so I can crop this out. So for this one also, I will delete group 2. I hope you guys are following what I'm doing because I'm not doing magic right here. I'm not doing magic. What I just did was that um, I want to have this output, all right? Okay, let me change this text. Sorry, this text. All right, I want to have this output, but then I created everything on one group. Created everything on one group, and I couldn't turn it off. I couldn't. It was showing. It was showing, even though even though I was trying to make sure that this does not show, the fashion design does not show underneath when I'm here. All right, it was showing right here, so I had to split them like we splitted the logo the other time. All right, so moving on, you guys can see the animation now, and then let's take that back out also. So to turn to the end, once I get here, I want to toggle in again, and then once you get to the end, I go back up, and then this one also, turn it on. Once it gets to the end, let's go, sorry, Control Z, this goes off the screen. Alright, so let's see what it does. After this, we'll go on our break. So that's a simple way of having lower third, having a lower third. All right. So now lastly, but you can always group this as one. Group this as one so that you can always move it on, so that you can adjust the size. I need to adjust the size of this whole clip, all right, so that it can fit in. It's too big. It's too big. Let me move this up. It's too big. Come and see. It's too big. It's covering the whole of the screen. So what I will do is I will come to my vector and let me turn this to 50%. Sorry. Then turn this one also. This is going to take your time. All right. Let me show you a better way. The best way is to nest these two. Nest means that you group them as one video. That's what it does, nest. So if you right click, if you highlight the two videos together, two clips, you can nest them. Come right click and then you see nest. It turns this whole thing into one video. All right. You see, it turns it into one video. So you can do another animation on this whole video. You can adjust the size, adjust how wide it is, scale in, can scale in and then drag it to wherever I want it to. I hope you guys saw what I did, so I can always. All right, so you guys see that. All right, so you can, if you want to edit this again, you can just double click on it. It will open up right here, and then you can easily adjust anything you want to adjust. can do all the editing again in a nested sequence. We call it nested sequence. So this is what it does. What I did again, let me undo so that you guys can see what I did. A lot of these things that I'm doing here, you might not be able to do it on CapCut. It might be hard for you. So do I need to undo? Let me undo that. What I did was to Control Z. All right. What I did was to select these two clips together, right click and click on next. Once you click on next, it creates the video in a nested sequence. Nested sequence that Control Z. I'm not doing anything different. Nested sequence that you can always edit. You can adjust everything you need to adjust on this nested sequence. Right, click on motion. I can drag it. All right, so that's just it. So you can double click on the nested sequence to edit. You can, in case you want to change it to another person, you can even do a lot of things with this nested sequence. You can duplicate it so that you can do for other people. Okay, once you click nested sequence, it's going to create the template. All right, that you can always edit. So I can always duplicate this. Duplicate. Can duplicate this and maybe call this 2. Once you duplicate it, you give you a name. Give it a name already. So I can always, once double click on this nested sequence, you can change something. Let me say I want to change essential graphics. I have a lot to teach you guys on this stuff. Michael, 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 Nest. Alright, so let's see what that does. You see, we still have Joseph cut on this one. So come to then you have Michael cut right here. Michael Nest is still right here. So you can do a lot of nest in case you have more people that you want to change their name and all. That's the best way for you to do that. So I'm deleting this one. All right, thank you guys. We'll go on a break now. We'll go on a break now. So for you to do your sign your attendance, guys. Go for a break, sign your attendance. We'll go for CapCut after now. I'm going to save this so that it doesn't waste. All right. I hope you guys are learning. Please go ahead and sign your attendance. Time is fast spent. We'll continue after the class after 5 minutes. 8:30, we'll be back in class. Thank you very much, guys. I love you. All right, guys, welcome back to class. Welcome back to class. So we are moving on to using CapCut now, so that the guys working with CapCut, our time is fast spent. We have less than 30 more minutes to go on this class, and I want you guys to really get this. I'm sure everybody using Premiere Pro, if you can, I've shown you everything basic about using text. All right, okay. There is one more thing I wanted to show you guys on Premiere Pro, okay, so that I don't forget. I'm sorry, CapCut guys. I love Premiere Pro guys more, but I still love you guys too. Okay, come to your essential graphics. I told you you can always import templates that have been used before, so you can try it out. All right, you can try it out. Let me see. Come to this install templates, and then once you click on install templates, you can go on your system and look for templates. Let me see. I think I have some templates. Let me just click some of this. Let me click a folder. Okay. So I think this is the one I imported just now. Let me click and drag to my scene so that you guys can see what it looks like. Let me increase the screen so that you can see. I just want to show you what it looks like. All right. I hope you get that. Something that we created the other time. You can check back. You realize that just like CapCut and Josephine Cut and fashion designer, the same thing looks like it here. And you can write your name on it. You can use this for anything. You can use it to write you can use it to write your instead of having to write um, video editing week 5 like this. These ones are already made. They enhances your workflow. You don't have to stress. You don't have to go through the stress of having to. So you can go online, search for all this and download. It's just about clicking, and once you have imported it once, it will always appear right there. It will always be um, as long as those file you keep it in a particular location on your laptop that you can that your Premiere Pro will always find it right there. All right. So once you import them, it will always show in your browse. So now once and some a lot of these things you can edit, you can do a lot of editing on it. I can change the text to Josephine. Or let's see. Um, uh, Thursday. Uh, Thursday edit. Well, let's just call it video editing. Video editing. See, it changes. And then the other one is week 5. Changes. See how easy and simple that can be. Depending on the type that you download, actually, you can do a lot of things with it. Alright, you can do a lot of things with it. I don't know if I reduce this. If it, so you can increase it as much as possible. You can reduce it to your desired taste. So you see, you can do it. You can use it to do anything. So you can always come and then rescale, adjust your video. So rather than having this, simple one that was here before, we can always, let's disable this and use this one. Sorry, my laptop is, the playback is lagging. I hope you guys understand what I just did. But let me just try and render so that it will play through. So what this render does is that it helps my video, all the animations that I've done, it combines them together to make one normal video so that it doesn't lag. You see, it's playing back more easily now. Alright, so that's just it. Thank you. So don't forget how to import your um, templates. You can always come. Okay. You can even add a whole folder by right clicking on. I'm trying to check how to right click on essential graphics. Maybe you have a folder that you have a lot of essential graphics that you want to import. You can right click on it and then come to manage additional folders. Then once you click hard, look for where that stuff is on your laptop. I think it was here. Which one did I import just now? Yeah. So this is it. I can import this whole folder, select this whole folder. I need to bring it right in. Okay. So I can just select only this folder right here. So these are lots of different templates, different templates, different templates, different templates. Let's see what this one looks like. So depending, you can always scale down to fit. So let me scale to fit to see what it looks like. Alright. You see, an animation, a sweet animation. For those of you that might be doing uh, just like the ones that you probably have on CapCut that are paid. Some of these stuff you can always download it and then bring it in to use. Unlike CapCut, that it's not that easy for you to bring this stuff in. I think you can also bring it in on CapCut. Let's go and try that out. Alright, let's switch to CapCut now. I hope you guys are following. Alright, this is CapCut. This is your text, bringing in your text. Remember, let's just try out and do one of the things that we did on Premiere Pro. the other time. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this Josephine cut one more time. Josephine cut. Josephine cutter. All right. So we can put a background. Scroll down, you will see background right here. Scroll down, you see background, and you can change the color of the background to whatever pleases you. Let's say red pleases us now. Blue. Blue is fine. Yeah, this blue is fine. So this blue, and then we can always scale down to, let's say, 50. Okay. My selection toolbar to click and drag this. All right. So I want to have the other one that says, so instead of creating another one, I can actually just duplicate this, Control V, and then this one I want to call this one um, fashion design, fashion designer. All right, so this one's background, it looks faster, right? I think I can hear some of you saying this is faster. Okay, this is not faster. It's faster, Aisha. It's faster. So then bring this down here. Then move it down. And then reduce the size. Reduce the size. I wonder why this is not okay. Alright, so let's try and animate this now. Let's try and animate this. So from here, we're animating, what is it called now? Let's, let's try and do another type of animation. Let's try and do a fading. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find, what am I looking for? So there you can always use some of these animations or create your animation by yourself. As long as you can use some of this animation. Let's try this one. Well, might be nice. It's not animating the whole of my stuff, so let me just try and do my animation myself. You can transform. Alright. So I want to use a from here. Fixing. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. No, you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Fading. So That's just a fade in effect. And then this one should pop out straight. So this is what happens when you don't have a big screen. Happens when you don't have a big screen. For video editors, you want to really look for a bigger screen that you can always work with to help your work, to give you a lot of room to adjust with instead of having to play around like this. Scroll, 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 scroll up and down. You can take this whole face and put on one screen, put another screen. Go to hubs that video editors work, you see a lot of all these hubs. Okay, so let me animate this also. Okay, so I want it to also, I want to animate position. Okay, so I want to animate position also. So from here, I'm also moving this up. Right. I don't want to use that blend anymore. Let me see what it shows now. So the same way you did your animating in, you can always do your animate out. Alright. You can do the outro also the same way you did the intro. Yeah, video editing can be stressful. That's why we'll get to a phase where we'll teach you guys about where's my position? About having to bill clients or charge, how to charge. That's important. All these things that you are learning is not for, it's not to waste your time. Uh, I'm sorry. For me, CapCut is stressful. CapCut is way stressful. CapCut is way stressful. I'll always choose Premiere Pro over CapCut every day, every time, every minute, every hour, every second. So, oh, Ṣá lọ báyẹn náà jàre. So let's see what's up. Let's see playback now. Oh, it's as simple as that, or is that is just like that. Yeah, CapCut can be interesting when you try to when you use some of the templates that are there or the but mind you, a lot of people go for CapCut because they feel like everything that there's a it's a go-to app. Like everything that you need, all these transitions, effects, they are right there. They are right there. You just have to see it, look for it, and then click what you need to use. Even though some of them you have to pay for it, and then but Premiere Pro and some other like DaVinci Resolve now, for example, the other stuff all you need to do is let me see. See, you can't bring in the same thing I brought in the other time from what's it called now? That I brought in templates. Some of these templates I doubt if it can work. Can work on CapCut. CapCut has its own. If you can see right there, it's showing SRT. That's SRT. LR, I don't know what that is. ASS, I can't pronounce that. So, so CapCut can be a little bit sweet when you are paid for the pro version and you can use a lot of the templates, text preset effects and all these things. Once you have paid for it, all right. So that's just about text, and I'm sure you guys will be able to practice more about this. The logo that I mentioned about the other time, see right here, logo. You can animate this using your scale, scale. You can divide it into two the same way I did the other time by uh, crop. Yeah, just right click on the clip and then you come. There's crop. There's crop somewhere. Edit. Yeah, come to edit. Then you see crop ratio. So I can easily crop this out. Then click confirm. You see, cropped. You guys can try that out again. This is the way I cropped. Right click on the clip that you want to crop. Then come to edit. You see edit. Come to edit. Come to crop. And then you crop. Click crop. Show up. Right. I can choose this one. Click confirm. Alright. So you see we have our clip right there. So that's just that about that's just that for today's class. I'm sure you guys have been able to learn um, so much about essential graphics and animation using. Yeah, you can also always use this toggling animation keyframe. Do it, please. I want you guys to practice. In case of next class, please practice more about this. Those that are using Premiere Pro, try and practice more on this. Then get some of these stuffs downloaded so that it can be easy for you. It can be easy for you. For this essential graphics panel now, all these templates that I brought in, some of them I can use it to create like create different texts. Why? So maybe there's a for example, a what do they call this now? Um, a, uh, I'm trying to pick the name now. I've forgotten now. That people will talk like someone talking on the screen, and you want to show what the person is saying in different effect format. Yeah, you can always you can always use a lot of these templates, different styles, instead of you having to create from scratch. Yeah, it's easy like that. CapCut, you can always have to pay for the Pro and then use those stuffs. But for Premiere Pro, go on Google, search for some of these things, search for, say, let's say, motion. Let me try this out for you. Motion graphics, templates. Let's see what it gives us. So there are free. Let's add free to that. Free. All of us like something that is free. See, it's free. Motion array, jitter. There are lots of them. It's even on free pick. I never knew it's on free pick. All right. So let's try it. Let's try. Let's see motion array. Let's see what it does. Yeah, voiceover. You can see it's voiceover. I'm trying to remember the name of this guy. So you can download some of these stuffs. Let's see what this does. So you see some of them. Let me click this one. Yeah, so that's just that about that. Thank you guys for today's class. So just keep practicing, and you get better at what you do. Keep practicing. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you all. For questions, I will take your questions in the next class. That's tomorrow. Do it tomorrow. Please keep practicing. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. See you next class. Bye for now.